9, responsibly by Olvers. Surely for your sake I have suffered reproach, and shame has covered my face.
I am no stranger to my own kindred, and alien to my mother's children.
Zeal for your house has eaten me up. The scorn of those who scorn you has fallen upon me.
I humble myself with fasting, but thou hast turned to my reproach.
I put on sackcloth also, and became a byword among them.
Those who sit at the gate murmur against me, and the drunkards make songs about me.
But as for me, this is my prayer to you at the time you have set, O Lord. In your great mercy, O God, answer me with your unfailing help.
Save me from the mire, do not let me sink. Let me be rescued from those who hate me, and out of the deep waters.
Let not the torrent of waters wash over me, neither let the deep swallow me up. Do not let the pit shut its mouth upon me.
Answer me, O Lord, for your love is kind. In your great compassion, turn to me.
Hide not your face from your servant. Be swift and answer me, for I am in distress.
Draw near to me and redeem me, because of my enemies deliver me.
So I just want to give you sort of a fair warning. I'm preaching on the psalm today. So it's not the gospel, it's going to be the psalm, which I feel like we usually here pay very close attention to. And I'm also preaching on the entirety of the psalm, which is not in your the whole psalm is not in your bulletin. So you can go back home and read it over again, check up on me and all of that good stuff. But as a brief scene setting, basically, the psalmist is screaming, "Help, I'm drowning! Somebody save me, gurgle, gurgle, gurgle." He's going down very, very quickly into the pit of the water. That is the stage. The psalmist is being overtaken by torrential waters and is very near death. He can't find a foothold, and he has been screaming out for so long that he has lost his voice. It seems very, very likely that the psalmist won't survive this calamity. He most certainly cannot save himself because fear has polluted his thinking, and he has been fighting the waters for so long that he's completely exhausted. The waters have become completely dark, and the sun has come crashing down. The psalmist has reached the end. Not even God is coming to his rescue. This is a desperate and grim situation. Now, the first thing I should start off by saying is that the psalmist isn't truly floundering around in the Mediterranean Sea, gulping buckets of water. He is actually surrounded by enemies who are attacking him so fiercely that he feels as if he's drowning. The psalmist is being persecuted for his faith and his dedication to God, which may or may not be in line with the ways that we feel hounded in our own lives. But his imagery is rich, appropriate, and illustrative. This is a psalm for all people who try to do the right thing by God, but don't quite get it right. This is a psalm for all the people who sense that they have done something wrong, and God isn't entirely pleased with them. This is a psalm for all the people who are trying their best and still feel like they are drowning in their own lives. This is a psalm for when the riverbanks are no longer holding back the waters and life comes sweeping across without abandon. This is a psalm for you and for me. A quick paraphrase of much of the psalm is, "Don't let the waters engulf me, save me. Don't hide your face from me. Answer me, God. Send someone quick." Basically, the psalm is a 911 call for the Swift Water Rescue Team. It may or may not come as a surprise to you, but I have a few friends who are trained in swift water rescue. And when I recognized that was basically what the psalmist was pleading for, I reached out to a couple of them for enlightenment. Now, if you have background in lifeguarding or swift water rescue, you know that most people take water for granted, especially if they believe that they can swim. But typically, water is moving faster than it appears. We want to believe that we can save ourselves and that we won't be the ones caught in the floodwaters. But the truth is, the Swift Water Rescue Team exists for a reason, because it does happen. And when it does, it's one of the loneliest, helpless, and treacherous places to be. There is no easy way to prevail over the power of water. There is no saving yourself. You need a team to come in to rescue you. Well, swiftwater rescuers know that their first response cannot be to dive into the waters of the victim, even with all their knowledge, because what may do them in is not the water, right? Most of us know this, but the victim, the panicking victim. So rescuers try to follow a low to high algorithm for risk, which is talk, reach, wade, throw, row, and go. Meaning basically that rescuers stay on shore for as long as possible. Going in is the last resort. Which must be absolutely maddening to the person drowning. Knowing that there are people who could save you, and they aren't doing anything but standing on the shore. As our souls bellow within the caverns of our collapsing lungs and our heart beats rapidly, resulting in a pulmonary aspiration of faith. My eyes have grown dim, waiting for God. Rescue me from my enemies, make haste. I looked for pity and for comforters, but none. But the truth is, the rescuers aren't doing nothing. They have moved into their operational zones. However, the victim cannot see beyond their own plight due to panic and desire for self-preservation. We all know that panicking doesn't serve us well, but it's how we all react when the end feels near, whether it's literally the end or figuratively the end. When I was talking to my husband about swiftwater rescue, he casually mentioned that it is one person's job to stand on the shore and point to the victim, never averting their eyes from the one drowning. The others are preparing the ropes or extending poles, finding eddies, places where the water is more calm and manageable, and talking to the victim. But that one person just keeps his eye on the victim. That's his whole job. It's curious because as soon as Drew said that, all I could think of was God, and God's absence or presence, depending on your perspective. We like to romanticize God and say that God is always with us, and He's near to us, and He walks with us, and He talks to us. But what if He's pointing? What if God is actually the guy standing on the shore, never ever taking His eyes off us, never ever taking His eyes off of us, so that we can actually be saved? We might not always be able to see God because we're holding on tightly to the tree branch that just showed up and is holding us onto a boulder so that we can catch our breath. We might not always be able to see God because He's pointing and making sure that those on the rescue team do their job. Sometimes I'm the one drowning, and sometimes I'm the one calling for 911. It seems lately that I enter every new week with trepidation, wondering what news the coming days might hold. It seems like whole boats are capsizing in front of us, or someone is just beyond my reach, and I am not a world-class swimmer trained in swiftwater rescue. I feel helpless against the crashing waves. But I am a disciple, trained in the ways of Jesus. A truth about water that also seems to be true about life is you can't overpower water. You can only work with it. The world is always ending somewhere for someone. That is not to sound morose or full of despair, only true. The good news is that God has a really big swiftwater rescue team, and we are all on it. And it's also true that in order to save someone, you have to get them and yourself, or your team, into a position to help. Any swiftwater rescuer will tell you, don't jump in without the proper equipment or preparation. Otherwise, you'll end up with another emergency. So the low to high risk algorithm for swiftwater rescue also seems to be applicable to Jesus' work. Talk, reach, wade, throw, row, and go. When someone is hurting or in need, you don't have to know what to say. Just say something, even if it's just to remind them that they aren't alone. When someone is drowning in sorrow and could use a hug, reach out. Hold their hand, let them cry on your shoulder. Hug them. When someone is stuck in a mire of deep despair, wade in the waters if they're safe enough for you, and don't let them stay there. And when you can't get to someone in the mire, throw a lifeline and have others row out. Give them the number for suicide prevention. Call a friend in for backup help. Do what needs to be done if they can't do it for themselves. These are all ways that God draws near. All means of redemption. All ways of setting people free. All ways of answering the 911 call. Sometimes it seems insufficient amid the deluge of life to say that God is steadfast in his love and faithfulness to us. But sometimes it is more than enough when the steadfastness and faithfulness is the promise of God to stand on the shore until Jesus comes back and point and say, that one needs help. And this one needs saving next. And you now we've got